found a baby, and that it was a whole baby, so it was only pieces. She was found in the Boynton Inlet, and that the DNA on that baby comes back to you being the mother.
This is Arya Singh, 4 years after committing an unspeakable crime and burying her dark secret, believing she'd escaped justice. Now she stands accused of drowning her daughter, whose naked, dismembered body was found floating face down in the ocean in a scene too horrific to imagine. But to the detective's shock, this wasn't the first time she tried to get rid of her child.
And when you say you had multiple abortions, how many of these do you think you've had? You had 5 abortions.
This was just the beginning of one of the most gut-wrenching confessions in an interrogation room.
What did you see? Like, it
was just a lot of blood.
Okay.
And it was just, I saw her head.
At this moment, the monstrous mother realizes she's going to prison, but the detective discovers a far more horrifying truth.
I understand why you would be so preoccupied with the dead baby.
On June 1st, 2018, at approximately 1:20 p.m., an off-duty Boynton Beach firefighter made a chilling discovery. A newborn baby girl, unclothed and floating face down in the Boynton Beach Inlet in Florida. With no immediate way to identify her, authorities named her Baby June based on the month she was found. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, along with local authorities, launched an extensive investigation to uncover the infant's identity. However, despite their relentless efforts, no leads surfaced and the case eventually went cold. In 2022, detectives leveraged cutting-edge forensic genealogy by entering baby June's DNA into a genetic database 4 years later. This led them to a distant relative on her father's side, ultimately identifying and locating the baby's biological father, Ronaldus, who was then brought in to be interviewed. Ronaldus, unaware of the child's very existence, cooperated fully with authorities. He provided crucial information, suggesting the mother could be his former girlfriend, 30-year-old Arya Singh. Following this revelation, detectives took Arya Singh into custody on December 15, 2022.
Do you have any kids?
No.
Have you ever had any kids?
No.
Okay. Do you know why you're here?
No.
No idea why you're here? Okay. So you say you never had any kids?
No.
But that may be the reason why you're here.
Okay.
Okay. So 4.5 years ago, you had a baby. And we found that baby.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about that?
No.
Have you ever seen any of the articles about a baby that we found in the Boynton Beach Inlet?
No.
Okay. So, you never heard about baby? Nothing like that? Never heard anything? I know it was a while ago. It was 4.5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Nothing like that. Do you know Ronaldus?
Yes.
Okay. Who is Ronaldus?
He's my ex.
Okay. And when were you in a relationship with him?
While I was living with my sister in Boca a while ago. Like a long time ago. I don't know the timeline, but
Okay.
a long time ago.
How did you meet him?
He and I were friends in high school.
Okay.
And we separated in college. And we met back up when he moved back here.
Okay.
And
do you remember the year that you were together? Okay. You separated, so you were still in college. So what years were you in college?
2011 to roughly to now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's true. You're still going now. Okay. So at some point you separated with him and then got back together.
Right.
When he got back here, so where did he go?
Tallahassee.
Okay. So he moved to Tallahassee. Is that why you separated that first time?
No. My aunt passed away.
Okay.
And I was going through a lot and I didn't want to be with him. My parents wouldn't have exactly approved and all of this stuff. It would have been an issue.
Okay.
And I didn't want to continue the relationship. And after that, he got himself Baker acted.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
I felt bad.
Okay.
And we ended up hooking up one other time.
Okay.
Because he was upset and I was vulnerable and we were not a good fit. It was very toxic.
Okay. That was the second time. Okay. You also mentioned before that when you had gone to school at the time, you ended up not finishing your bachelor's because there was a lot going on. What was going on?
I ran away from home when I was 19.
Okay.
And I ran away for another guy that was not Ronaldus.
What's
his name was Philip Matadine.
Okay.
And we did have an abortion.
Okay.
Quite a few abortions, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
And that did not pan out well. That was 8 years of my life, just on and off.
Between Ronaldus and Philip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple dudes and Philip.
Oh, okay. So when you say you had multiple abortions, how many do you think you've had? You had 5 abortions.
Yes.
So the babies that you aborted, were they Ronaldus's babies? Were they Philip's babies? Were they someone else's?
I'm not sure.
You don't know. Okay. So it was all in that same time. So
yes.
Ronaldus, Philip, and who else?
Herman White.
Okay.
And that was about him.
Okay.
That's all I can
So nobody else? Okay.
The revelation of 5 past abortions forces detectives to question Arya's mindset. Was it just reckless disregard towards a new life, or is there a darker story she's yet to tell?
For the abortions that you had, how late in the pregnancy were you when you had those?
8 to 11 weeks.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever carried a baby till full term?
No.
Okay. What if I told you that we found a baby on June 1st, 2018, and that it was a whole baby, so it was only pieces, she was found in the Boynton Inlet, and that the DNA on that baby comes back to you being the mother?
That wouldn't make sense.
No. Do you want to see the baby?
Sure.
Maybe I can show you. So are you familiar with the Boynton Inlet?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been there recently?
No.
Do you go there often? When's the last time you think you went there?
After Ronnie and I broke up.
Okay.
That had to be the last time because I used that place to think.
Okay.
And
It's a good place to think, actually. It's big.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. Okay. Have you ever seen this baby?
No.
Okay. So this is the baby we found.
Okay.
And you say you've never seen these articles and you never heard of it. It was pretty big news back then. This was like 4.5 years ago, so it probably hasn't been in the news recently.
Yeah.
But we found her. She was a newborn baby. They said she was maybe a few hours old. They thought maybe she was born in a hospital, but you're saying you've never had a baby in a hospital?
No.
Have you had a baby anywhere else?
No.
Okay. So when we found her, it's a little graphic.
That's okay.
She looked like this.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what we pulled out of the Boynton Beach Inlet.
Okay.
Okay. And as you can imagine, it was a newborn baby who's seemingly healthy, except for the fact that she wasn't alive. It kind of caught some attention. Okay. So we've been working this case since June 1st, 2018 when we found her. And there's several things that we found that led us to you, because you're not here just because we're just picked some, random person up from, an apartment in Boynton and just brought you here.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Okay. So we found Ronaldus as the dad, and we tested his DNA. He's the dad of this baby.
Okay.
But he didn't know that she existed. The only thing he knew was that he had a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and that she told him once that she had a baby, but she took care of it.
Right.
Assuming you meant abortion, of course.
Yes.
And since you have 5, I get,
Yes.
In this case, this is a baby. She's clearly not aborted. She's been born.
Right.
And you were determined to be the mother of this baby.
Ronaldus recalled that in mid-2018, Arya mentioned she'd been pregnant but had taken care of it. Assuming she meant an abortion, he didn't question her further. Little did he know, Arya had taken the worst possible care. The detective is about to drop a bombshell, having damning DNA evidence that ties the baby to Arya, a revelation that forces a chilling confession.
Okay.
So I know you had this baby.
I was about to say, how'd you get my DNA?
We have your DNA. So do you know how the DNA system works?
No.
Okay. So we're able to get DNA from where we can get it from wherever. So discarded piece of trash. Okay. So maybe something that you touched, we're able to get your DNA.
Okay.
So, and then today, before we leave here, we'll get another sample of your DNA and we'll test it again.
Okay.
But so far, this baby is coming back to being yours.
Okay.
In addition to that, so at the time you were working at, you said a healthcare staffing company, I think. So would this be correct, like around 2018?
Yes.
Okay. I believe that, I know you were pregnant because this baby is yours. Okay. I believe you probably didn't know you were pregnant. I imagine, especially since you've had so many abortions, you weren't planning on having a baby at the time because you had a lot going on, and that you probably didn't know you were pregnant, and you weren't able to abort the baby by the time you figured it out. Would that be something fair to say? Like, if you didn't know you were pregnant, how could you have an abortion? Do you know what I mean? So at any time, do you believe you were full-term pregnant? Did you go into labor? I'm talking like contractions, your water breaking. Labor is different for some women. And think, oh my God, I might be having a baby.
I did that.
Okay. You don't want to talk anymore?
No, we can continue talking.
Okay. So I know it happens to women. I know there's probably some men out there who thinks, how the hell can you not know that you're pregnant? But I've heard it happens. You probably weren't expecting to be pregnant. And perhaps this is, you had just maybe, I don't know, you said you had a few abortions. You may have just had one and you're like, there's no way I'm pregnant again. So then you're pregnant, and if you don't know and you don't get rid of the baby, and you don't have any doctor's visits or anything like that, anything to confirm it for you, how do you know that you're pregnant? So maybe you went into labor and you're surprised because we don't know you're pregnant for 10 months, and then all of a sudden you're feeling like these contractions. You're probably surprised. You're probably scared.
Before her arrest, detectives monitored Aria, who was employed as a security guard at Lynn University. They obtained a DNA sample from her discarded trash and confirmed a match to the victim, identifying her as the biological mother. Aria soon realizes her confession is inevitable, one that exposes the gruesome details about the victim's final moments.
I don't think you went to a hospital, and you already told me that you didn't. I don't think you did. But I'm wondering if you had the baby by accident. You hear stories about women who go to the bathroom because they don't know they're pregnant, and a baby comes out and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? It happens to lots of teenagers too. Is that something that may have happened? This was an accident. You didn't even know you were pregnant, and all of a sudden there's this baby. That's what I think happened. And I can understand that.
I don't want to go to jail.
I know, but you know what? When we find this baby, and we don't know where she comes from.
Believe me, I do.
Okay. But we think the worst, of course, but there may be a different explanation. You know what I mean?
But either way, I end up going to jail.
Exactly. But there's an explanation here. There's how you were feeling and taken into consideration. What were the circumstances? I get it. You probably didn't even know.
And in that time, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my boyfriend. I'm going to lose my apartment. I'm going to lose everything.
Okay. But do you want people to think you deliberately murdered this baby, or that it was some sort of accident?
No.
Because if it wasn't murder, then it was something else. And then that's something that we can talk about. And that's something that, because if that's not something that happened, then we don't know. We're going to go straight to the worst case scenario. And that makes it worse. I'm not here to judge you.
But today I'm still going to jail.
Today
I'm still going to jail.
Well, we don't know what happened. So the point is, we have this baby, and we don't know how she got into the inlet. I think that you may be the only person who knows, maybe somebody else knows. But it was either murder or it was something else. And we can work on something else. I don't know if there was another circumstance that happened. Was it a situation where you had no idea you were pregnant, which is what I think, but I don't know unless you tell me. And you had this baby accidentally, you're like, oh my God, there's this baby here. And then maybe something happened to her. I don't know, because all we know is we found this baby. And we don't know the circumstances that led her to where she was. Do you know what I mean? So if there's something else that happened, this is your opportunity to get it straight. Otherwise, we can't help it. That's what we go to the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario is not very good.
Can I be guaranteed that I'd be leaving here today?
I can't guarantee that. I can't make you any promises. I read that to you on your. I can't make you any promises to make you say anything. However, if you didn't, and I'm talking like murder, if you didn't intentionally kill this baby, there's another explanation. And I think I'm thinking there is, because I'm talking to you. I know I don't know you very well. We just met, but I don't really see you doing that. But if there's another explanation, we don't know what it is. Well, so what I'm going to do right now is I have a warrant to get a sample of your DNA, okay?
Do I have to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a judge signed it. You're gonna get a copy of it. Okay. It's just a swab. It's gonna go in your mouth. I'll let you do it yourself. But yeah, unfortunately, the warrant is for a sample of your DNA. Okay. But I'll stay with you too. Do you need water or anything? Because we can get you a cup of water.
Honestly, I feel sick, and
okay.
I know I want to talk to a lawyer, but I also don't want to incriminate myself, and, like, you know, get myself in even worse trouble, or like, there's so many things going through my head right now.
I know.
I'm freaking out.
I know you're freaking out. You're scared.
My family's supposed to be here, and what are they gonna think? Well, they have to find me in jail.
Aria knows there's no escaping a prison sentence now, but as the interrogation proceeds, detectives are about to determine if this crime was deliberate cruelty or a devastating lapse in judgment. What comes next will shift the entire course of the investigation.
I can't answer that. I don't know your family.
I love them. They're just very judgmental, and they mean a lot to me. I worked so hard to finally get to this point. I've created this relationship with my nephews, and I've been trying to make my parents like see that I'm reliable, and now I'm everything's going really well. I have everything. I can't even cry. Like,
try just. It's a shock. I know you, and I get you're scared and all that stuff. And listen, though,
I just want to go home, and I know I'm not gonna be able to go home. I'm not gonna have a home by the end of this. I know. I don't want to talk about it, and there's no reassurance that everything's gonna be okay, because it's not.
And I don't know. I don't know everything that's gonna happen either. So I wouldn't even be able to.
And I can't go home for Christmas. I'm never going to get married at this point. He's not even going to want to be with me. I'm not going to have an apartment because I won't be able to afford it to get out. I've watched a ton of, like, John Oliver things and, like, a bunch of other stuff about how this ruins your life. I'm going to die. And then I saw that article about the guy who, like, drank bleach after a false, like, confession. I just want to be anywhere else but here right now, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, I get that.
Have you seen this happen before?
What?
Like, this type of case? Have you seen this type of case before?
We've seen it before, sure. Not specifically.
And how does it end?
I couldn't even tell you. They're always different. So they might be similar, but it just depends. I really can't tell you because it's not like a black and white kind of thing where it definitely ends this way. Like everything is different.
What if it's the way you described it?
As murder?
No.
As what?
As an accident.
I don't know.
I know, but like in those cases where it's not.
I think it would just depend on the circumstances. I don't know. I really couldn't answer. If I could, I would answer. It's not that I just don't want to tell you. It's just I couldn't answer that. I have no idea. That would be a guess, and it would probably be wrong, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But in this case, like we don't know.
And I can't like recant anything I tell you. Okay.
I mean, you could, but it would all be on record what you told me, whether you recanted it and told me something different too. But it's like I said, I can't pressure you. I can't do it. All I can tell you is if you change your mind, you can let me know. Otherwise, like I can't like give you advice or anything like that, and I won't ask you any more questions.
And I can't speed up this process by telling you.
No, I can't make any promises. So like I can't tell you. If you tell me something, I can't tell you you're going to leave because of what you told me, or I'll get you there quicker because of what you told me. Nothing like that. It's of like whatever I do on the card. It's your own free will. I can't pressure you in any way. I really can't give you any advice. But it is whatever you want. Okay, I'm here for you for this. If you want to talk to me, I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to listen. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine too. You're not offending me in any way. It's just, this is your story. If you don't want to tell it.
I just don't want to. I mean, I guess I don't have a choice now, but All right. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you.
When pressed for details, Arya invokes the Fifth Amendment, a sign she's concealing something critical. But her version of the truth is about to unravel. The detective presses Arya with more hard-hitting questions. What was different this time? Why didn't she opt for another abortion, a choice she knew all too well? Questions that cornered her, leaving no room to escape. Soon, in a chilling confession, Arya will reveal what drove her to commit the unthinkable.
Okay, well, I want to understand, though, because I want to make sure you understand. If you want to talk to me, you're waiving your rights, which are the rights that I read you. The ones I read you on the card. Do you remember them?
Yes.
Okay.
I still get an attorney after all this, right? Okay.
Yeah, but if you want an attorney now, you don't want to talk to me without an attorney, that is one of the rights I read you. So I just want to make sure you understand that you're waiving your rights. You'll talk to me and I can ask you questions and you're willing to answer them without an attorney present.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to talk to me about what happened? Okay.
I was having these really bad stomach pains, and I thought I had taken care of it. And when it happened, I freaked out, and I knew that this was all going to happen, and I couldn't handle it. She was dead on arrival. Like, she didn't make it out of me. And I thought it would be my fault and my family would hate me. And I don't even know who it belongs to, So I went to my accounting class and I had her in the trunk because there was nothing I could do. And I left halfway through because I freaked out. And I went to the inlet and I kept thinking of something to do, and it was just, I'm sorry.
I understand. Okay.
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I didn't plan any of this. It just.
Okay. So, are you telling me that this was one of the babies that did you have an abortion for this pregnancy? And it didn't work. Okay. And then so the baby came, where did you have the baby?
I had him in a hotel.
Okay. What hotel is this?
Boynton Beach Inn.
Okay. And Boynton is?
Because I couldn't afford to go to an urgent care or anything.
Okay. So
I sat in there and I thought, my stomach, okay, I can just wait it out for the day. It's fine. I couldn't go home because then they would ask me questions. Why aren't you at work? Why didn't you, So I sat there and everything got worse. And I tried to go to the bathroom thinking, bowel movement, everything's going to be fine. And I exploded.
Okay. So you were in the bathroom when she came out? Mm-hmm. Okay. What did you hear?
Nothing.
What did you see? It
was a lot of blood.
Okay.
And it was just, I saw her head. That was about it.
Okay.
There was no noise. There was nothing.
Okay. When did you start feeling the stomach pain?
Arya insists she had no idea she was pregnant until the baby was born, a statement that might be an attempt to soften her image. However, she's about to discover that the detective has enough forensic evidence to dismantle her story.
Early that morning.
Okay. Were you still home?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you realize what was happening?
In the bathroom.
At the hotel. So you didn't know that you were going into labor. You had no idea there was a baby coming?
Mm-mm.
So, but you're feeling these really bad pains. So instead of going to a hospital, or I know you said you could report to urgent care, but what was the purpose of going to a hotel room? Was
just not to be near my family because I wasn't sure what was going on, and they would have asked me questions like why was I home, and I didn't want to answer any questions, and I didn't want to go to an urgent care because that was just too much money.
Okay.
And
okay, so you have this baby in how long were you at this hotel?
A couple hours.
Okay. And as soon as she comes out, you realize what happened then, And what was the next thing that you did?
I freaked out.
Okay.
She wasn't making noise. There was nothing there. I thought about calling the police, and then I thought, how does this look? I get that this isn't any better.
This does happen a lot. Yeah, what you just described.
Yeah,
it happens.
And I freaked out, and I put her in my backpack, and I left her there for a while, and I fell asleep because I passed out, and I woke up, and there's nothing. She's still there,
Okay.
And I freaked out, and I put her in my backpack, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to accounting, and then this is all going to be a bad dream, and it's totally fine. And it's not. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. So when she came out, when you saw her, she wasn't moving at all? She wasn't crying? And did you check her breathing, her chest, nothing like that?
No, I didn't check anything.
You left her in the toilet? Okay.
Autopsy results confirmed the victim was born alive and had died from asphyxiation before being placed in the water, a fact directly contradicting Aria's account.
And then straight from work, where did you go?
I went to the hotel.
Okay. And you were there, you said a few hours or something like that. You probably don't know the exact time. This was 4.5 years ago. Plus, pretty traumatic experience, I can imagine. Where did you go right after the hotel?
To the inlet.
You went there?
No, I went to FAU.
Okay.
I went to class because I tried to forget
that
all this happened.
So you wanted to pretend like it never happened.
Right.
But she was in your backpack, in your trunk, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Did you make any stops? Did you stop at any stores?
No.
Nothing like that? You never stopped at like a Walmart or Walgreens?
No.
You were, okay. And physically, like you just had this baby in the toilet. Like how were you feeling physically after?
Tired.
Okay.
I freaked out, uncomfortable, upset. It was just, I didn't know what to do.
Did you tell anybody?
No.
Nobody knows about this?
No.
I know you said no, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Was anybody with you when you were in the hotel? No. Okay. And then what made you go to the Boynton? Like, why the Boynton Inlet?
I usually go there to think.
Okay.
And I couldn't think of else to go.
Okay. You didn't know what to do with her. Maybe thought about. I know you said you kind of thought about it. Did you think again about maybe calling 911 or going to a hospital or bringing her somewhere? Okay.
I didn't know what they would think of me, and I didn't know.
Okay. What did you think? So when you threw her, you put her in the inlet. Did you wrap her in anything? So she was naked.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen? Like, did you think she was going to wash away or something was going to eat her?
No, I thought she was going to go away.
Okay.
I just thought it was all going to be one bad dream, and I would never hear about it again.
Okay. Did you know that we found her? You never knew that we found her. You never saw any of the articles or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Let me ask. Well, I'm going to go back to the hotel room. So you had the baby. Did you cut the cord?
No.
Did you see the umbilical cord?
I don't remember.
Okay. So you don't remember if you cut anything or?
No.
Okay. Do you remember delivering after? Like, because usually the baby comes out and then a little bit later the placenta comes out. Do you remember any of that happening?
No.
Okay. So, and no nurse was with you?
No.
Never took her to a hospital?
No.
Never went to a doctor?
No.
In the weeks following, so you just have this baby, and most women have baby or in the doctor's office, so any sort of medical issue that arises, they're there. Did you have any sort of issues that stemmed from what happened for yourself?
No.
Nothing like that? Did you ever see a doctor afterwards?
No.
Okay. When did you go for the abortion? You're saying you tried to abort this particular baby. So not about the other ones, but this
remember.
one. Okay. Was it early in the pregnancy? I know in Florida you have to do it before 15 weeks. Were you in Florida?
Yes.
Okay. So it would have been early in this pregnancy.
Yes.
And you went to abort the baby and you thought it was done.
Yes.
Okay. But clearly not, because then you went into labor. Did you tell anybody that you had been pregnant? Not that you had a baby, that you had been pregnant, but you had gotten an abortion?
Yes.
Who did you tell?
I told Ronnie that.
Okay. Why did you tell him that? You had been broken up.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you tell him?
Because he was in my house and he was accusing me of cheating and he was freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had broken up, I told him I was like pregnant at that point. A lot of things were happening, and I freaked out. And he was like, then show me the paperwork. And I didn't have any of the paperwork.
Right. And you told him this after this all happened?
Yes.
Okay. And did you like reach out to him to let him know this, or he reached out to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he was just bringing up the old drama from your relationship? Drama. Gotcha.
Aria had checked into a hotel room alone where she gave birth to the child. Whether through her actions or neglect, her daughter did not survive. However, she never called 911, sought medical assistance, or reached out for help. Instead, she discarded the victim in Boynton Inlet, hoping no one would ever discover the truth.
So he asked you for paperwork, which you obviously didn't have. Did he ask you any other questions about it, like wanting to know like the specific details?
No.
Okay. But then you guys started dating a little bit shortly after?
No.
You didn't start dating again?
No.
Okay.
That was the last time I really saw him.
Okay. So, but I understand you saw him for a concert at some point at the end of the
summer. Was before that.
Oh, okay. So you told him after. Okay. But you dated at one time. You broke up. You said your aunt died, and then you broke up around then, and then you dated again.
Yeah.
After this happened.
Yes.
Okay. For about how long?
I don't know. Not very long at all.
Okay. Did you ever, besides him, so you told him, did you ever tell anybody else that you had gotten this abortion?
No.
That this happened? You ever told your sister? That you're really close with your sister?
Not anymore, but yeah.
Well, we don't know what she thinks, but she doesn't. We don't know what she knows.
I know exactly what she thinks.
She's got kids too, right?
I know exactly what she thinks. I know exactly what.
But she never confided in her.
No.
Philip.
No.
Herman.
No.
Just Ronaldus. He's the only one that you told that to.
Yeah.
Okay. And Okay. So did you take anything with? So when you went to the hotel, you said, I just want to clarify. I just said, so if I got something wrong, just let me know. Okay. When you went there, you still at that point just did not know that, because you've never been in labor before.
No.
So you just didn't know what those pains were.
I just thought it was like massive stomach ache.
Okay.
And I just thought I was going to explode. And I was like, okay, might as well do this here instead of,
Okay. When did you book that hotel room?
That same day.
Like early in the day?
Yeah, early that morning.
Okay.
I was supposed to be at work at like 9:30, so around 9:30.
Okay. Okay, so you booked it while you were at work, but not while you were at home?
No, not while I was at home.
And then you went to the hotel. You never stopped for any sort of like supplies, like Tylenol, pads, or something afterwards?
I didn't know what was going on, no.
No, even after.
Oh.
No, nothing like that. Did you, when you were in the hotel room, so everything was like contained to the toilet? There was no like mess anywhere else, no blood that you left or anything like that?
As far as I know.
Well, it was 4.5 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know.
Okay. But when she was born, she just went directly into the toilet, and then you left her. But you didn't hear any sort of crying. You didn't see any. Did you see a twitch? Anything?
No.
Do you remember what she looked like exactly? Like what color she was?
No.
You don't remember cutting any sort of cord?
No.
The umbilical cord would have been there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing like that.
I don't remember any of that.
Did you do anything to her feet?
No.
She's got pricks on her feet, so we were just wondering if that's why I asked if there was like a nurse there or something.
Yeah, no.
Pricked her feet. Okay. You just left her there. You passed out. You said you were really tired after all that.
Yeah.
And then, did you put her in your backpack when you were leaving, or before that?
When I was leaving.
When you were leaving, and then she went in your truck. What kind of car were you driving at the time?
I don't know.
Okay. Was it your car?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember what kind of car it was.
Okay. And then you left. You went to FAU for a camp, but you didn't stay for the whole class.
No.
And then straight from there, you went to the inlet.
Yes.
Okay. And then how long did you stay at the inlet?
A couple of hours.
You were there for a while.
Yeah.
So when you first got there, did you immediately? So what did you do when you got there? Just walk me through that.
I sat on the bank by where they like put the fish and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was freaked out, and I just emptied the bag.
Cell phone records placed Aria at the Boynton Beach Inlet on baby June's birthday, May 30th, 2018, roughly 40 hours before the body was discovered. She had also attempted to locate live streaming cameras in the area, possibly to check if her actions had been recorded.
Do you know exactly where in the inlet you put her? If I showed you a picture, would you be able to show me? No. Were you closer to the boat ramp? Do you know the boat ramp I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so there's like a park Ocean Ridge Park?
No, no.
Okay. You were near the lifeguard stand, or?
No, I was near where they do fishing.
Okay. Where they park, there's that circle of cars where they park and then they hang out on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. And was there anybody there? Did you see anybody?
No.
Or did anybody see you?
I don't remember.
Okay. Were you worried that somebody may have saw you?
No.
Okay. And then when you went to put her in, was it, I'm just trying to picture it, but was it like a bank where there's sand and you put her in there, or did you put her over the edge of something?
Over the edge.
Okay. Okay. So we found her I think, because I'm not really 100% sure exactly what day you were there, but we found her on June 1st. Somebody found her. She didn't get very far. I know you thought she was going to roll up. It just depends.
Is this going to be in the news?
Probably. It was in the news back then, so I can't say yes or no for sure. But
do they have to give my name?
Well, your name's on all the paperwork and stuff.
Can they edit that out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it works like that. Did you give her a name?
No.
You don't really have time to prepare for it at all.
No.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I was just wondering is whether or not she was alive when she was first born. I know you say she wasn't, but sometimes babies don't cry immediately, but they take that breath.
There was no noise.
Okay, but she went straight into the water head first. She could have just drowned right there. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It does happen with teenagers. But I don't know. We can't go back. We can't go back and change the past. So we don't know what would have been different if you did pick her up but would she have been dead or would she not? We just don't know. You weren't in a hospital. You didn't go to any sort of medical facility where they would have helped you too, because that's dangerous for the baby, but also for you. Some women lose a lot of blood when they give birth. I know you said there was a lot. That's probably why you were so tired. The iron deficiency. But according to the autopsy, it doesn't appear that the baby was born dead. But she did die because I think just the circumstances that surrounded that birth.
Going to jail.
So today you were. Like I said, we can't go back and change things. I just think maybe different decisions at the time. I understand you thought that the baby was aborted, but then you were still pregnant. You didn't feel anything. So let me ask you, so from the abortion to the time the baby came, were you feeling any different? Like any symptoms that you were like, well, it can't be pregnancy because I had an abortion, but something unusual?
Tired.
You're feeling really tired?
Just tired.
Any sort of nausea that came out of nowhere? Headaches?
No.
Like classic pregnancy symptoms, but you didn't know obviously it was pregnancy, you said. Did you ever once think like, I could be pregnant? Did anybody ever ask you? Did you have a boyfriend at the time? Okay. Who's David?
He was the guy I was dating at the time.
David was?
Yeah, and he didn't think anything of it.
No, he didn't know. Okay.
That was a really weird relationship. But
it was. Is that a relationship that you got into right after?
Yes.
Okay. And was that before Philip? It was between?
Yeah. All of these things were between Philip.
When were you in a relationship with Philip?
From 2012 to 2 years ago.
Investigators uncovered an extensive search history on Aria's phone, revealing a pattern of suspicious activity. 574 searches for Boynton Beach Inlet between May 30th and June 30th, 2018. 34 searches for Palm Beach County News between May 30th at 11:20 p.m. and May 31st at 9:28 p.m. Inquiries about marine life in Boynton Inlet, including a YouTube video titled, "Why is the Boynton Inlet so treacherous?" Multiple searches for news coverage of the case were conducted after the body was discovered. These digital footprints strongly suggest a guilty conscience.
Oh, so for a long time.
On and off for, yeah.
What officially ended that relationship?
We were engaged, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I screamed at him.
Okay. Did he ever find out about this?
No.
Did he go to FAU at the time where you were there?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see him that day when you went to your accounting class?
No.
You didn't see him? Okay. Did he live in the dorms? Or somewhere else? Okay.
In his own apartment.
Okay. So you were still in school and you went to your class there. So you worked for that travel nurse. It was like a travel nurse staffing company. Did you work with nurses?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to anybody about Like, what to do if you're pregnant, what to do, like, after you're pregnant, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Never asked anybody for advice about this without actually telling them what happened? Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you think
I just want to go home.
I know. But you have to understand, we found this baby who's seemingly healthy, other than the fact that she's not alive, healthy, no trauma. We don't think you beat her or anything like that. No trauma, no signs of disease, no nothing like that. And that baby, they believe that she was born alive. So we find this baby, we do all this stuff, and we're like, where are the parents? Like, how did this baby end up in the inlet? Which I'm sure you can understand.
I understand everything. I feel guilty and hungry, just upset, and I just want to go home.
I know. And I know the whole situation is scary, but like for 4.5 years, this little girl had like this big question mark. Like, what happened to her? So it's good to know, like, that's something good for her, so she can be laid to rest, because she deserves to be laid to rest. You know, she didn't live very long, maybe seconds, minutes, but this will really be the best thing.
Yeah, but what happens to my life?
Yeah,
I understand that sounds really selfish, and I get it.
No, I know.
But
no, I'm not judging you. I know you're scared, you're worried, you're wondering what's going to happen. I can tell you what's going to happen today. Okay, so in the future, like, I can't predict the future, things are different, but I can tell you that from here, you're going to go, this is just where we're talking, this was just a kind of a closer place to where you live, so we didn't have to drive you for a long time before I could talk to you. So we can just figure out what actually happened, okay? From here, you will go to the jail, and you'll get a phone call. If you get more after that,
I don't know anybody's phone number.
Okay.
Like, all of my phone numbers are in my phone.
Okay.
I don't know any phone numbers.
So you'll be able to, I think they'll help you with, if you want to call a lawyer, if you want to do any of that stuff, you'll be able to do that from there. I can't help you because we have it, but I don't have it. I don't physically have it. I don't know if we'll be able to get you a phone number. If I can write it on a piece of paper and give it to you. Do you have a passcode on your phone?
Yes.
What's the passcode?
1204.
Okay.
Our anniversary.
Well, you and Chris, right?
Yeah.
What if I'm able to get a number out of there, what number would you like?
It's Chris's number. It's under emotional support extrovert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can probably get Chris's number for you.
Yeah.
That's whose number you want. Okay. And then he can help you call. And now, look, I don't know if you get more after that. I don't want to tell you like the wrong thing. So I know you get the one for sure. If you get more after that, I'm not sure. And then you'll go to first appearance in the morning. Okay, that's when you'll stand in front of a judge. It's a bunch of people, so it won't be just you. It'll be other people who got arrested.
And they'll determine if I get to leave and go home.
If you get a bond. I don't know how likely it is, but the judge will determine that. Okay.
And you have to post bond.
If you get a bond, if they issue, you have to post. Yeah. Pay the money to get out.
Okay.
Aria's desperation for self-preservation obscured any trace of remorse. She tried to paint herself as a victim, a woman who made a terrible choice out of fear. But what the truth revealed was far more dark. She was a reckless individual, indifferent to the life she'd taken. What's more unsettling is the fact that this child never stood a chance, not with a mother who discarded her like an inconvenient mistake.
So it's a process, but if you talk to Chris, so that's why they'll give you that phone call, because maybe he would be able to help you, but I can't guarantee that they're going to issue a bond at all, okay, because it's a pretty serious case, so I don't know, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
You've been flight risk or anything?
Maybe, no, but you do have family out of the country, to include your parents. So when are your parents supposed to get here?
Next week.
What day?
The 20th.
Okay. Early. Okay, so like Tuesday, I think. Okay. Your sister's probably gonna know. I don't know if she knows yet. I'm sure she'll let them know, so they're not constantly calling you and not being able to get a hold of you.
Everybody was counting down to Christmas.
I know.
Everybody being here.
I know the timing, but it wasn't very easy to find the parents of her. It took 4 years.
I understand why you would be so preoccupied with the dead baby. I know this sounds really selfish and it sounds horrible. I'm not gonna have a life after this.
We can't, like I said, we can't change what happened. What happened. But you've been very cooperative. I'm not looking at you like you're a child killer, you're a beater, you're a monster.
I feel like everybody's going to.
I know, but these things happen, and you know what? You got to tell your version, and you don't need us to be making up. Oh my gosh, she probably just chucked that baby in there alive. So now you said what happened. I believe that you didn't know you were pregnant because I've just a little research on you. It didn't look like you were pregnant. You weren't like flaunting your. Most women flaunt their baby bump. They do all this stuff to like let everybody know. You guys
looked through my Facebook and Instagram.
Didn't see anything. Yeah. So it almost looked like you were either really good at hiding it or you just didn't know.
Under Florida's safe haven law, Aria could have legally surrendered the baby without facing any consequences. Yet, instead of seeking a safe alternative, she abandoned her daughter in the ocean. A chilling act that underscores her utter lack of self-reflection and her terrifying ignorance of the gravity of her actions.
And I was going with the latter. So, and that's what you told me. So, yeah. But now we don't have this. I know we're worried about, but we don't have this question mark about what happened to her anymore. We have a better idea.
Thanks.
It doesn't sound as bad as it did before.
Yeah, that makes it better.
Mm. Do you have any questions for me for now?
But I don't want you to leave.
Okay.
I'm really freaked out. And I don't want you to leave.
Okay. So you can get, I know, are you sure? I don't have to leave. I can have somebody bring, do you want some water or something like that?
I haven't eaten anything for the day and I'm super anxious.
Okay. We can get you food too. I don't know how long it's going to be before you go over there. So if you're hungry,
thanks.
We can get you something.
You can't tell me anything that's going to happen to me.
I can just tell you that you're going to go to the jail. I know of until first appearance. And then after that, I don't know. There'll probably be a trial. You'll get a lawyer. You'll go through maybe a trial process. I don't know. I can't really say because everything is so different. A lot of cases are different.
And if I plead guilty, this doesn't get any easier, does it?
It would depend on the attorney, the prosecutor, if they offer you a plea and stuff like that. But I really couldn't say. I don't know. But that does happen in a lot of cases. I just can't say that's definitely going to happen here. I have no idea how it plays out in the court system. So my job is doing.
And I just gave you a confession, so I have nothing.
You told me what happened, which isn't, it's, like I said, your side of the story differs from what we thought. So that probably helps. You never know. You've been cooperative. That could help. Like I said, I can't make promises to you. Like I can't say, oh, you told me, so you're going to be able to go. Like it's nothing like that. But the state attorney, and you'll have an attorney. You're going to have one. The state attorney works with your attorney, and whatever is decided. That part of I do the investigation part. That leads up to here.
Aria Singh initially faced a second-degree murder charge, which carried a potential life sentence. However, as part of a plea agreement, she pleaded guilty to lesser charges, including aggravated manslaughter, a first-degree felony, and abuse of a dead human body, a second-degree felony. On August 2, 2023, Judge Howard Coates sentenced Aria to 14 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 10 years of probation upon her release. Aria Singh's actions shocked the nation, and the use of DNA technology finally brought justice to baby June. But was her 14-year sentence truly enough, or did she deserve something far more severe for the life she took? Share your thoughts. How can we, as a society, do better to prevent tragedies like this? Please share your opinions in the comment section, and for more true crime documentaries, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.